Hello, everyone. We have great news today. Meghan Markle secretly supports a close friend 20 years after his son's death. A month before Prince William's wedding, Prince Harry thought about moving into a house without an electrical connection. Comparing the aura of Meghan Markle and Princess Kate online. Amanda Platel, I know what really prevents Harry from reconciling with Charles, and the 7 royal sensations that have rocked the palace. Prince Harry's shocking statement is causing concern. The most interesting things are ahead, and now I suggest we start by saying that Meghan Markle secretly supports a close friend.
Meghan Markle quietly supports longtime friend after tragic loss. Meghan Markle has been providing incredible support to her friend of 20 years, Kelly McKee-Zyphon, following the heartbreaking death of Kelly's son. The Duchess of Sussex has shown remarkable loyalty during this difficult time. During a recent social media Q&A, Kelly shared touching details about their enduring friendship. She wrote, "I've known her for almost 20 years. She even attended my wedding 15 years ago. She's been the most amazing, caring, fun, and loving person. She stood by me, especially since Georgie died, and I treasure our friendship deeply."
While Meghan Markle shares the details of her friendship with her friend Kelly, I remind you that great news awaits you next.
The bond between Kelly and Meghan goes back nearly 2 decades. They first met when Meghan's former husband, Trevor Engelson, introduced her to his friend Julian and his wife Kelly. Their friendship has remained strong ever since. In October 2024, the two friends appeared together at a charity event for Los Angeles Children's Hospital. The event honored Kelly's late son, George, who tragically passed away in 2022 from COVID and viral meningitis at just 9 years old. Kelly described the fundraiser as an incredible day full of emotions and love. The proceeds support children in foster care, providing them with legal protections and resources in memory of her son, Georgie. She praised the Archewell Foundation, saying, "Harry and Meghan have been a guiding light for our family. They've shown up not just as friends, but through the amazing work their foundation does every day." The Duchess attended the hospital gala as a special guest, standing alongside other supporters of this important cause.
Prince Harry considered moving off the grid just weeks before Prince William's wedding. Prince Harry, now 41, lives happily in sunny Montecito with his wife Meghan Markle and their 2 children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. But before meeting his soulmate, he seriously considered disappearing from public life entirely. In his memoir, Spare, the Duke of Sussex revealed he contemplated escaping to a remote Arctic island in March 2011, just weeks before his brother Prince William's wedding. Harry described his experience landing on the Svalbard archipelago. Quote, "Stepping off the plane, I did a slow turn, taking it all in, white, white, and more white. As far as the eye could see, nothing but snowy whiteness, white mountains, white snowdrifts, white hills with narrow white roads threading through them. The minimalist landscape captivated him. I thought, maybe I'll move here. Maybe this is my purpose," he wrote. However, reality quickly set in when he learned about local laws requiring residents to carry guns outside town due to hungry polar bears patrolling the hills. "I thought, maybe not," he admitted. Even after meeting Meghan, Harry's desire to escape didn't fade. The couple actually considered moving to Africa together, with plans that received approval from the late Queen Elizabeth II. They explored spending half the year in Cape Town, continuing their royal duties while staying away from British media attention. Harry recalled, "We talked about New Zealand, we talked about South Africa. Half the year in Cape Town maybe, away from the drama but closer to my conservation work in 18 other Commonwealth countries. I'd run the idea by Granny once before. She'd even signed off on it. Instead of Africa, the Sussexes chose America, building a beautiful life on their sprawling Montecito estate. The property features acres of space, a private playground, outdoor pool, flower gardens, and an underground games room. They live in an exclusive area alongside celebrities like Oprah Winfrey and Jennifer Aniston."
Meghan Markle and Princess Kate's presence compared online. A viral TikTok video comparing Meghan Markle and Princess Kate's public presence has sparked debate among royal fans, with viewers suggesting there's a big difference between the two princesses. The comparison featured 2 powerful moments. The first showed Meghan walking onto the stage at the One Young World Summit at Royal Albert Hall in October 2019. The second captured Princess Kate receiving a standing ovation at Wimbledon in July 2024, during only her second public appearance after beginning chemotherapy treatment. The TikTok post gained massive attention, receiving 33,500 likes and over 524,000 views. The video posts the question, "Aura?" during Meghan's clip, followed by, "This is the aura," over Kate's moment. Kate's Wimbledon appearance held special significance. It came after months of intense social media speculation about her whereabouts while she privately battled cancer. In January 2024, Kate underwent major abdominal surgery for what wasn't initially diagnosed as cancer. However, post-surgery tests revealed cancer was present, leading to chemotherapy treatment from February through September. The situation reached fever pitch in March, when Kate hadn't made any public appearances that year. The speculation intensified after Kensington Palace released an edited photo of the princess with her children. Even celebrities like Kim Kardashian joined the "Where is Kate Middleton" social media trend, prompting Kate to release a video message confirming her cancer diagnosis. Her first public engagement came at Trooping the Colour in June, the King's birthday parade. Wimbledon marked her triumphant return to a sport and tournament she loves, with center court fans showing their support through enthusiastic applause. Meghan's One Young World Summit appearance also occurred during turbulent times. She and Harry had already separated from the shared Kensington Palace office with William and Kate. According to historian Robert Lacey's book, Battle of Brothers, William had thrown Harry out. Just 1 month after the summit, the Sussexes left Britain for Thanksgiving in Canada and never returned full-time, announcing their royal exit in January 2020. Fan reactions were divided. Some supported Queen Kate, while others preferred Meghan. One comment noted, "Meghan is a retired actress, while Catherine is a respected working royal and next in line with William. Big difference." Another observed, "The standing ovation for Princess Catherine is exactly what Meghan expected when she married Harry, and when it didn't happen, she left the royal family." The two princesses last met at Queen Elizabeth's funeral in September 2022, and are unlikely to reunite soon due to ongoing family tensions.
Amanda Platell, what's really sabotaging Harry's reconciliation with Charles? Prince Harry has made a terrible error in judgment. Just days after returning to California from what seemed like a successful UK visit, where he met his father for the first time in 19 months, the prince has displayed his least attractive inherited trait from his mother, Princess Diana, her deep paranoia. At least Diana had reason for her suspicions. She was cruelly deceived by disgraced BBC journalist Martin Bashir, who manipulated her into that infamous 1995 Panorama interview by feeding her lies. He told her that even her most trusted advisors were traitors, selling false stories about her to the media. Now, nearly 30 years after her mother's death, sources close to Harry are making similar accusations, just days after what should have been a relationship-changing meeting with his father. They claim that palace officials are working against Harry and sabotaging his reconciliation with the king. As details of the meeting between Harry and his father emerged, a source close to the prince expressed fury about the briefings. They stated pompously, "The relationship between the Duke and His Majesty the King is a matter for the two of them only," adding that the men in gray suits should stay out of it. Harry never misses a chance to remind us he's a Duke, second son of the King of England. His camp immediately briefed after the 50-minute meeting that it signaled a thawing of their relationship and the acceptance of his family back into the royal fold. The strong denials that followed must have stung Harry. Palace insiders counter-briefed that Harry would never be allowed to return as a half-in, half-out working royal. They stated there were no plans for father and son to appear in public, and perhaps most painfully, that those inside Team Harry had mistaken a brief tea and cake for the Treaty of Versailles. Others claimed the meeting was distinctly formal, with the Duke allegedly describing it as very official, like an official visit, though his spokesman denied this comment. After these latest accusations about men in gray suits sabotaging the prince, the harsh reality is clear. The only thing sabotaging Harry is his own perceived victimhood. He continues to wallow in this role unhealthily, and unforgivably monetizes it through his memoir Spare. How paranoid must Harry have felt when Buckingham Palace was reported as saddened and perplexed, increasingly bemused and clearly irritated by Harry's wild conspiracy theories? Even more upsetting for Harry, these latest comments have been met with disappointment by friends of King Charles. A royal source added, "The reality is that senior aides have been working behind the scenes to improve what is a delicate but important private family relationship." In refined royal circles, the word disappointment is equivalent to a nuclear warhead going off. Harry's obsession with conspiracy theories echoes his mother's bitter marriage collapse with Charles and her unstable state of mind then. As a former newspaper editor, I can tell you Diana often called or met secretly with journalists to ensure they reported her side of the story. Through a tip from Diana's camp, my newspaper published the first pictures of Diana with her lover, heart surgeon Hasnat Khan, after her divorce. Diana let it be known she hoped to marry Khan, even releasing pictures of herself meeting his family in Pakistan. The princess was a master media manipulator. Perhaps Harry thinks he inherited this ability to control media narrative from his mother. However, compared to Diana, he's a clumsy amateur. But it's the paranoia that Harry shares with his late mother that's most troubling. It was Diana's least attractive characteristic and led to much unhappiness. After her Panorama interview aired in 1995, she and Charles divorced barely 1 year later. She was stripped of her Royal Highness title, lost all royal status, and was essentially abandoned as a private citizen. To her credit, Diana then stopped playing the victim and forged a new role championing landmine removal in Angola and focusing on her cherished charities while spending time with her beloved boys. Yet Diana never stopped manipulating the media or blaming palace officials for her unhappiness. She was so paranoid that she canceled her official Scotland Yard protection, believing they were loyal to the palace, not her, and look how that ended.
7 royal bombshells rocking the palace as Prince Harry's shock statement sparks fears. Prince Harry has strongly denied categorically false reports, claiming he made negative comments about his reunion with King Charles. But why are palace officials saddened by his statement? After 19 months of separation, King Charles and Prince Harry finally reunited this month when the Duke briefly returned to Britain. For weeks beforehand, there was widespread speculation that this trip would mark the beginning of a reconciliation process between father and son. However, numerous conflicting reports have emerged since then, creating considerable confusion. Earlier this spring, Harry admitted in a candid interview that his father had stopped speaking to him due to his ongoing legal battle with the Home Office over the removal of his automatic police protection. The prince ultimately lost this legal challenge. Although the Duke was extremely disappointed that his automatic security wasn't restored when visiting Britain, he confessed he doesn't feel safe bringing his children to his homeland without it. The conclusion of this chapter opened another door for potential reconciliation. The meeting between father and son was brief but significant, lasting approximately 50 minutes. Initial reports suggested it was a positive step forward in healing their fractured relationship. Harry's team briefed that the meeting signaled a thawing of relations and possible acceptance back into the royal fold. However, palace sources quickly countered these claims, describing the meeting as distinctly formal and clarifying that there were no plans for Harry to return as a working royal in any capacity. They emphasized that senior aides had been working behind the scenes to improve what remains a delicate private family relationship. The situation became more complicated when sources close to Harry accused palace officials, the so-called men in gray suits, of deliberately sabotaging his reconciliation efforts with the king. These conspiracy theories prompted a rare public response from Buckingham Palace, expressing that they were saddened and perplexed by such accusations. Palace insiders described themselves as bemused and clearly irritated by what they termed Harry's wild conspiracy theories. Friends of King Charles expressed disappointment at these latest claims, particularly given the ongoing efforts to repair family relationships privately. The controversy highlights the deep-seated paranoia that appears to have taken hold of Harry's thinking, reminiscent of his late mother, Princess Diana's own struggles with similar conspiracy theories during her tumultuous marriage to Charles. This latest development has raised serious concerns about the prospects for genuine reconciliation between the estranged father and son, with palace sources suggesting that Harry's public statements have damaged rather than helped the delicate process of rebuilding their relationship.